So I'm just going to talk about a subject that I know a lot of people end up doing, and that's focusing on macronutrients versus micronutrients. Now, many people will be carbs or focusing on protein or focusing on fats or whatever, depending on what kind of diet or lifestyle or whatever they're doing, right? So obviously you get the bodybuilders and they're like, yeah, focusing on protein, got to get the protein, you know, so I can build muscle, all of that sort of stuff. Now, I'm not saying you don't need slightly excess protein if you are building muscle, but I'm going to say that the body also needs micronutrients, right? So micronutrients, your vitamins, your minerals, things like that. They are very important for the body, important for the mind, physically, mentally. You know, it's quite easy if you become like deficient in something like, say, iron. You know, your energy levels can just take a crash. If you become deficient in even something like B12, the same again. And not only that, later down the line, your mental state can start to go wrong, things like that. There's plenty of vitamins and minerals and stuff like that if we become deficient in, you just don't feel yourself. You just don't feel well. Now, of course, in the short term, if you're just like doing a bulk or whatever, where you're eating excess protein and fat for 2 months or 3 months or something, then, you know, I don't think you're going to worry too much about being you know, like deficient, for example. But I think if anything that you're doing long term, now all eating and stuff should be long term anyway. Like, I really don't believe in fads. Now, we should always be focusing on micronutrients as well as importance. So yes, you do need fuel, you do need carbohydrates for the bike and carbohydrates for even muscle building so that you have the energy to lift the muscle. But I really don't think that you should neglect micronutrients. So, you know, if you do have something like Cronometer, I do believe it's important to look on Cronometer, make sure you're getting all your vitamins, all of your minerals, your calcium, you know, things like that. Some of the RDAs are exaggerated because of the meat and dairy industries. For example, calcium, you don't need to achieve 100% of calcium each day, because that's obviously bloated figures to sort of appease the dairy industry. Same with iron. You don't need to hit iron 100% every day, although it is very easy to. If you eat mineral dense foods such as beans, greens, things like that. Beans and greens basically are the most sort of mineral dense plant foods that you can get. So eating those every day, eating vegetables, beans, grains, things like that, you're going to pretty much hit 100% of everything anyway. So, I mean, if you want to focus on, if you want to make sure that you have enough carbohydrates, let's say I want to have 700 grams of carbohydrates every day because I'm 70 kilos, and someone somewhere said 1 gram of carbohydrate or 10 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram of body fat, of body, whatever, then so be it, you know, hit 700. But you don't need to forsake the micronutrients, because it's so easy to cram in the form of beans, which obviously include carbohydrates as well, and greens, which, let's be honest, it takes, like, you can have 100 grams of greens and it's basically water, and you can just smash it in, and you don't even notice it, because it's just so like. And also your body will actually crave minerals and vitamins as well. So if you were just to simply eat something that's very unmineral dense, we'll say, I don't know the proper words, lacking of minerals, something like white rice, if you just have a meal of white rice and soy sauce, which is very popular among certain people, just eating something like that, just basically thinking carbs, and then you eat something like that, I'm not saying there's no minerals in it or whatever. I mean, there's certainly salt there's certainly sodium in the soy sauce, but obviously that's a mineral. But at the end of the day, you're not getting all your vitamins and you're not getting the other stuff. So you may eat it like 500 grams dry rice, And then you might be, oh, I'm still hungry. Why am I hungry? I've just eaten 500 grams of dry white rice. Well, that's your body craving minerals and vitamins. It's thinking, well, you know, that although we're physically full, we haven't had enough vitamins and minerals today. So we're not, and fiber, for example, as well. So we're not truly satiated. So just thought I'd put it out there. Don't neglect micronutrients. Like I said, vitamins and minerals, equally as important as macronutrients. Even if you are doing some sort of macronutrient focused diet or whatever, you know, always focus as well. Secondary, you know, like 50-50 really. You should be focusing on both. So let me know your thoughts on this. Just thought I'd make this video. It's a subject that I guess I haven't really seen many people talk about, so I thought I'd put it out there. Let me know what you think. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you dislike it, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video, everyone.